Okay, guys, so we've looked at arithmetic sequences and how they are related to to linear functions. Now we have these geometric sequence cards, and we got to see what that's related to. Okay, so when I look at all these geometric sequence cards, looks like these are all my geometric sequence graphs. Okay. And so I have 6 of them that you guys can see here. Okay. All right. So when I look at these, I do notice that graph 10 and 11, if I look at these two, looks like they kind of alternate each other. They're going positive, negative, positive, negative. Okay. So that's going to be interesting. And then if I look at graph 1, it's increasing the whole entire time. If I look at graph number 3, that's decreasing. I mean, I could say that's increasing. That's decreasing. This is positive, negative, positive, negative. So it's like alternating positive, negative. Okay. I could even say that this one, when I look at graph 9, I could say that that's increasing too. Okay. And then if I look at this one, graph 2, this is decreasing. When I look at this graph, it looks like it's decreasing and my values are negative. Okay? This is increasing and I'm saying my values are negative. Okay? This one, I say my values are positive because they're all going up. And in this case, my values are positive too. So when I look at all of these, all right, we're trying to figure out like what graph gives us the idea that they're alternating positive or negative. Okay. In this case, we're looking at a value that's positive and it's increasing. Or if like my first term is, this one's saying like my first term and all my terms are positive. This one's saying that my first term and all of my terms are negative, and it's increasing. So let's look at some. Let's look at graph A or sequence A, right here. All right. So it looks like it's increasing, and the rate of increase is 2, and all of my values are positive. So I want to look at each of these graphs. Okay, so if I look at graph 10, is it increasing? No, it's alternating. Okay, I could even say 11. I'm going to say 11 is not good because it's alternating. If I look at graph 3, is it increasing? No, it's decreasing. All these y values are increasing, so that doesn't work out. Okay, so let's see. Let's look at graph 2. Well, all these values are decreasing. They're getting smaller. So that's not going to work. Okay. Here, let's see what happens here. All right, so if I look at graph 1, are my values increasing? Yes. Okay. Are all of my values positive? Yes. Okay. And if I were to look at this, the last term that I have is 2,880, which is pretty close to what that value is right there, because that's about 3,000. So we're going to say graph 1 goes with sequence A. So I'm going to take that down. Okay. All right. Let's look at one more, guys. Let's look at one more sequence. Oh, which one do I want to do? Let's look at graph J. So graph J, because it's fractions and you guys don't like fractions. Okay, so if I look at graph J, my values are negative, and what's happening to these? Is it increasing or decreasing? Well, I mean, these are getting smaller. They're getting closer to 0. Okay. All right, so if I look at this, all my values are negative. So I want to figure out which ones have values that are negative. This one and this one. Graph 2 and graph 9 have negative values. All the values are negative. Now, which of these is getting closer to 0? This one looks like it's decreasing. It's getting really small. It's going towards negative 900. This one looks like it's going up and it's getting closer to 0. If I look at these values, they look like they're getting closer to 0. So we're going to say that this one is a match. Okay. So graph 9 and sequence J are a match. All right. Oh, let's look at just one more. Let's say, let's look at graph P, sequence P. All right, so if I look at sequence P, this one looks like it's alternating positive or negative, so it's kind of jumping around. So let's look at the ones that are alternating positive or negative. You got this one and this one. And if I look at this, are these numbers getting larger? Like I got 972, that's getting bigger. It's bigger than what 324 is. So if I look at graph 10, it is alternating, positive or negative, but it's getting close to 0. If I look at this one, it's alternating, positive and negative, but it gets larger. So we would say that this one goes here. Okay? Hopefully this helps out, guys. Please try to finish each of these graphs and sequences and type in what you think they are in the Google Doc. Thanks.